What a finish. What a man.
The drum roll finishes, and the target is hit.
And it comes on finals night, and it's a knockout
Andreas Dirty Harrison! Van Velzen!
Hi there, it's time to brighten up your Thursday night with a dose of darting entertainment. 10 tungsten ties coming your way as Group B gets underway. And this afternoon we saw a fantastic drama-fueled Group C campaign begin. Trina Gulliver was here with me to watch it, and Jared Cole was a standout player, but it could have been even more serene, couldn't it, for Jared? Won 4 out of 5 in the end, but it's really close.
It was, and the one that he didn't manage to get over the line with was John Henderson, and it was a close game, but he'll be kicking himself a little bit. So he had the opportunities to take that game, he's played solid today, and it's very different to the beginning of the week.
Yeah, and looked really comfortable, hasn't he? As you say, solid, and they say as well, so comfortable, in fact, that he's offering his opponent half of his glass of water there, Keegan Brown.
Very nice.
Yeah, good bit of fun. John Henderson was accused of stealing water earlier in the
absolutely.
week. So he made a point of making sure that wasn't the case. Let's just show you the table. And as we've been talking about, Jared Cole top of it, but only 2 points between him and fourth place Keegan Brown, the man we saw him beating there. Peter Jakes and John Henderson sandwiched in between on the same point. Ryan Branley also in contention to get through. And earlier this week, we saw Christian Perez win Group A. But this evening, we're going to focus on Group B. Chaz Barstow, Rob Collins haven't had far to travel. They're back in action at the Live Lounge. Lewis Gurnie with a late call-up here in Group B this week. Lorenzo Prong and Johan Geldenhuys. Now, both could be kind of described as surprise packages from Group A into Group B.
Yeah, particularly Johan, I think, he's been a surprise for everybody, I think, this week, and it's finished off well, and so he'll be wanting to continue his strong run. Yeah,
he was the African qualifier, of course. Biggest average in this group as well. Some stunning stuff that we saw from him. It's going to be really exciting to watch him this evening.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching him, and from what I've seen earlier on in the week, it looks good.
And if the players that are coming in have been watching, they'll know they're up against it. But you kind of always know what you're going to get with the likes of Chaz Barstow. We've seen him on the biggest stage of all at the Ali Pali before he's been here as much as anybody. He's one of those players where if he's on, he just makes it all look really easy, and we could see some really high standard stuff from him tonight as well, I suppose.
Yes, like you say, he's been here before, and he's quite comfortable playing here. So, yeah, well, I'm looking forward to watching him play too.
And he has been made the favourite with the odds compilers, Chaz Barstow, to win this group, priced at 21 to 10, Johan Geldenhuys, because of that success in Group A, second favourite. Then Lorenzo Prong, Lewis Gurnie 4 to 1, Rob Collins 7-1. To be honest, as a market, there's not that much between them. So, are you expecting it to be pretty close?
I think it will be close. Yeah, it's there's a good load of players there, and it's going to be interesting to see who starts off well today.
If you are going to have a bet, please gamble responsibly. It's 18 plus gambleaware.org, and the opening match features Lorenzo Prong, the Dutchman, taking on Lewis Gurnie, that late call-up, who's recently had a call-up to the England team as well. And I had the pleasure of a little chat with Lewis earlier tonight. Lewis, welcome back to the Modus Super Series. It's been a little while. Just tell us how things have been, how your form is coming into it.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 years. I was just looking back the other day. Been playing well lately. So yeah, nothing to lose. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Recent England call-up as well, something you must be proud of and that gives you a confidence boost coming
Yeah,
in.
yeah, definitely. I couldn't believe it, and got picked for the Six Nations in a couple of months. So yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah, last few months been good.
It was quite a late call-up, wasn't it, for this?
Yeah.
Have you been able to get some preparation and practice in?
I was in Spain last week when I got the call. So yeah, I played a few nights in there. So yeah, I've been doing all right. Yeah, got back. It's all been a bit hectic, but yeah, raring to go. Yeah, can't wait. Yeah.
You're here now. You've been in the practice room. What do you make of the sort of challenge that faces you the next couple of nights?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a different practice room to when I was here 2 years ago. It's nice, really nice setup, like always. So yeah, I just can't wait.
And you did make it to the Saturday night then. What's the ambition and aim this time around?
Just to play well, making Saturday nights a bonus. Yeah, just can't wait. Yeah.
Brilliant. What's the plan tonight? Obviously, Group B, you're never really out of it or through after the first night, but how are you approaching this evening?
Yeah, just take every game as it comes like normal. Every day's different, every game's different. Yeah.
Well, there you go and play. Good luck.
Cheers, Chris. Cheers, mate.
You're very welcome, Lewis, and you're very welcome to watch the action with us this evening live on Pluto TV. Lorenzo Prong, the opponent for this opening match of tonight's 10, donned in the Dutch flag, the ADC Europe representative who made it into the top 3 in Group A, taking on Lewis Gurnie, just 23 years of age, back after a couple of year hiatus, and he made it to the finals on week 12 in Series 4. He's on week 12 again, but the man from Den Haag in the Netherlands is his opponent. Paul Hinks is the referee overseeing proceedings tonight, and Trina Gulliver is going to be alongside me, Chris Murphy, to talk you through every single one of the 10 fixtures.
First leg, Lewis to throw
we'll bring
first.
to you over the course of the
Game
next
on.
3.5 hours. The thing that I see when I look at this group, Trina, is pace. I think we're going to get
100.
some quick fire stuff tonight.
Yes, it's going to be nice and quick.
58.
All pacey players.
$91.
Gurney seemed to be really pleased and proud of that international call-up. I know
60.
it's something that you've had plenty of experience of, and to see a young lad like him in this day and age when darts has become more and more of an individual sport, to be so proud of that is good to see.
Yeah,
60.
absolutely. I mean, there's nothing like putting on that England shirt or your relevant country shirt, and
57.
and to be selected for the short man squad as well. For the Six Nations, it's
60.
just shows how well he did in his first appearance.
Yeah, and he caught the attention of the selectors here to come in as a late replacement. Interesting story we spoke about with
121.
Jared Cole this afternoon, that Jared was actually meant to be in this group initially. He then got moved to Group A after a player withdrew
82.
quite late, and it was Lewis who took Jared's Group B spot. To be fair to Jared, he's dealt with it really well because he did struggle in Group A. So to be in that position he is in Group C,
93.
a really difficult
Lewis
Group
Ricard,
C,
108.
is credit to him.
Yeah, he's come in at the last minute, like you say. He's wasn't expecting to, so perhaps
56.
he hadn't been
Lorenzo Ricard,
practicing as much,
112.
and perhaps that told a little bit.
Tops here for Prong.
74. Lewis Ricard,
That's
52.
the wrong bed.
Getting shown the first leg, Lewis Gurney.
And that is the right one. Gurney holds his throat.
Second leg, Lorenzo to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, it's not easy coming in last minute, and
60.
well, that was so unfortunate. 2 bounce outs.
Yeah, you mentioned it's hard coming in late. He said in that interview there, didn't he? He was in Spain when he got the call.
91.
I hope he didn't cut his holiday short to come here.
He'll be billing you for the extra night
135.
stay that he was supposed to have.
Sometimes relaxation and rest is better preparation than
100.
practice, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be indeed, and you know there is something, I believe anyway, is too much practice.
60. $140.
Well, 170 on offer for Gurnie to double his
Lewis
lead.
Car 170.
Why not? Not going to happen.
60.
Oh, doesn't even get a treble. Just offers a little bit of hope here to Prong.
$81. Lewis Car 110.
Well, it's a poor last start, so chance now for Lewis.
42. Lorenzo Car 107.
$21 off, so 86 remaining. 21 off.
57. Lewis Car 68.
He must have got that wrong anyway. Unless I did. But I don't think so.
66. Lorenzo
Well, he will
Car
be having
50.
a go at this 50, as Lewis couldn't convert there. So 10 for tops. Double 10.
40.
He can't find it
Lewis
either.
Car 2.
So double one, where nobody wants to be, except
Getting shot on
him,
the second leg, Lewis Gurney.
as he doubles his lead on the smallest double. So he actually had an
Third
attempt
leg, Lewis to throw
at
first.
both the
Game on.
maximum and the minimum checkout in that leg, didn't he? Started on 170, ended up on 2.
Well, he had time to do it, as it happens.
42.
He would have preferred to take it out earlier than that, obviously, but
Paul Hinks went for a little walk then.
140.
He will be a little bit animated and agitated, Paul Hinks, if he was watching his beloved Man United before
140.
going on stage tonight. Let a 2-0 lead slip.
42.
This is encouraging for Gurney, isn't it? I know Prong missed those 3 darts at double and made a bit of a mess of the finish in the previous leg,
60.
but 2-0 up. Hasn't been here for 2 years, but it looks like he hasn't been away.
134.
looks very comfortable at the moment. Can he fill it up? He does, indeed.
180.
Brilliant stuff. First of the night.
99. Lewis Car 79.
So it's 79 now for Lewis. 20 for tops for a 3-0 lead.
39. Lorenzo Car 86.
Doesn't convert it this time, so Lorenzo for 86. Treble 17's the target. Can't find it.
32. Lewis Car 40.
Again, he's messed up a finish in the same range, really. Gurney looking to capitalise. Can't on this
20.
occasion.
Lorenzo Car 54.
So what can Lorenzo do with 54?
Tops then.
34. Lewis
He
Car
can't convert
20.
either.
Not happening for the Dutchman. And Gurney
Inch on the third leg.
makes it count.
Lewis Gurney.
He leads 3-0.
Fourth leg, Lorenzo to throw first. Game on.
That was strange because Lewis reacted. There wouldn't have been a noise there, but it was almost like Prong reacted to the
100.
shoulder shrug from Lewis Gurney.
$60. $100. $45. 93.
Making good progress in this leg. Determined not to get whitewashed in the opener.
121. 46.
Well, Lorenzo not leaving a finish there. Can't finish on 162.
81.
But then Lewis hasn't left himself one either.
$122. 40. Lorenzo Car 40. Getting shot on the fourth leg.
Finds the
Lorenzo
double 10
Prong.
with his last start and gets a leg on the board.
Fifth leg, Lewis to throw first. Game on.
Is it just a consolation or maybe the start of some kind of comeback?
46.
Well, there'll be hope there because Gurney's all over the place with the opening 3 darts of leg 5. And right on the money with dart 1, Prong.
100.
To follow.
$57. 100.
Well, a maximum there for Lorenzo. One apiece now.
Yeah, it's that nonchalant way that he throws the darts when he's at his free-flowing best. Lorenzo Prong just sort of makes it look effortless, doesn't it?
51.
Now he leaves a 170.
125. Lorenzo Car 170. $81.
Oh, just
Louis
slips
Car
into the one there.
133. $93.
Well, that's a good last start there.
Lorenzo Car 89.
Yeah, great
Lewis.
setup. Prong these are the types of finishes he struggled with, but that one has given himself a couple of darts at double 16. Now double 8.
73.
Can't find it.
Louis Car 40.
So Gurney wants tops for a 4-1 advantage.
Getting shot on the
And he
match.
gets the
Louis
victory
Gurney.
by landing that target. A great start for Gurney in Group B. It rattled along nicely that game, and he's off the stage pretty quickly, having won the 2 points available. The average, well, not the best that you will see today, but a 4-1 win is all that matters. Actually, average lower than Lorenzo Prong in that one, but the 2 points go the way of Gurney as he returns after 2 years. Coming up next, Rob Collins takes on Johan Geldenhuys.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
What a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus
Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McGuire.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Littler!
Welcome back to the live action from the Live Lounge. It is the Modus Super Series live on Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never. And up next, it is Rob Collins, the man at the hockey now, taking on the South African surprise package of the week, Johan Geldenhuys. Although Devon Peterson will tell me off for saying surprise package because he gave him his full backing. Former World Cup player, of course, and certainly has proved his worth this week so far. He faces the fierce competitor that is Rob Collins from Bognor Regis in West Sussex. 4 times he's made it through to the Saturday night finale, the Man of Steel, looking to return to finals night again. Johan on debut, and he certainly has impressed the 25-year-old with some stunning stuff over the course of the week. Had an average of 105.18 in one game, ran at 90 in Group A as well over the course of it, 24 maximums as well. Really encouraging stuff, and in each day
First
he
leg,
improved
Rob,
as well. So
first.
2 wins on Monday, 3 wins on
Game on.
Tuesday, 4 wins yesterday. If he gets 4 tonight, he'll be unbeaten.
$46. $121.
You were saying that Devon said about Johan.
57.
His darts go in the board very similar to Devon. Very steep.
Yeah, and to be honest, the action is not a million miles away, is it? A bit more pace in
100.
it, but it's quite far in front of his face. Doesn't have the long drawback that you see Rob Collins has there, all the way back to his face. It sort of comes probably half that distance
43.
back.
Yeah. Yeah, not quite
140.
quite as far.
Well, they do say it's all about the point of release in darts. And as long as you get that bit right,
85.
doesn't really matter how you
Johan
get there.
140.
140 for Geldenhuys to break throw in the opening leg. That's a good guide for him. What you do get with darts like that stand to attention like that is
100.
they really do open up the treble 20 bed, don't they, if you manage to land them above like that.
Yeah, they do, but they can be a hinder if you're going for tops.
Adrian Lewis used to do it so
100. Johan 40.
Tops then, it is unblocked. And that could be a help. Proves to
Finish
be
on
the
the first
case.
leg, Johan Geldenhuys.
Johan is on top already. A break of throw straight off the bat.
Second leg, Johan to
And it's a
third first.
14
Game
dart
on.
leg as well. Well, you said you were looking forward to seeing him tonight. You impressed already,
140.
Trina?
I am. He's got a nice throw, a nice relaxed throw, and like I say, very similar to Devon.
40.
It's almost Peterson at pace, isn't it? Look at that. Hardly pulls the dart back at all. He just sets it there. Very, very micro drawback, and then just...
It's a bit of a flick, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Whereas Collins, you see the flight disappear behind his face.
100.
Yeah, always nice to see the aesthetics of the throw. No two
41.
throws the same. Did you ever model your throw on any player, or for you was it just how you felt comfortable?
41.
More on how it felt comfortable. However, saying that, I did used to cock my little finger like Eric Bristow. But I don't do it so much now.
Certainly iconic, that.
96.
Yes, the famous throw of Eric Bristow.
60. Johan de Car,
Rob Collins struggling
167.
to get going so far tonight.
$43. $60. Johan de Car, 124.
So let's see if he can take this 1-2-4 out. Treble 20 is the target first. Treble 18 now.
56.
It'll be 68 when he comes back. Under what pressure is the question?
85.
Probably not
Johan de
enough.
Car, 68.
Treble 20. Double 4 for
Showing
the second leg.
Johan Geldenhuys. Third leg, Rob to throw first.
Yeah,
Game
nice
on.
and easy so far for Geldenhuys. Collins unable to impose himself in this game at all, really. He's been playing at the Super Series since day dot, before it was the Super
85.
Series. Often appeared in the old small studio in Southampton and some of the online stuff as well.
85.
Always animated, Collins. Got some glorious expressions.
78.
I'm sure we will see a few of them over the next couple of days.
40.
That's another problem, isn't it, with darts? There are advantages, as we discussed, of the darts standing up in the board, but another problem is the more they stand up, the less of the point that's actually penetrating the board, so you will get darts that will fall out quite
136.
easily if they're disturbed.
Yeah, they can tend to wobble a little bit, can't they? And like you say, a hit of the other dart onto
58.
it can dislodge the other darts.
Congratulations, by the way, to Chris Dobie, winner of the Premier League tonight over in Rotterdam.
60.
Maybe a few people have been watching that, have just tuned in to watch more darts, the after party here, I suppose. Stephen Bunting, Chris Dobie
92.
final, the bottom
Rob
two
de
went
Car,
head to head
142.
in the Netherlands.
You know, it seems that winners from Bunting has given some confidence.
54.
It's all going to be closing up in the race for the playoffs there. And Gerwin Price wasn't too happy with the conditions, I believe.
97.
Never
Rob de
heard
Car,
anyone
88.
complain of a draft on stage here in Portsmouth.
Absolutely not.
52. Johan Ricard, 129.
Yes, Geldenhuys has had the wind behind his sails in this game so far. 19s for starters. Might go 2 double 18s here. That was the intention. Rob Collins only needs one of those.
75. Rob Ricard, 36.
Double 9 now. Takes it with his
Dean Shaw on
second
the
dart.
third leg. Rob
Gets
Collins.
the first leg on the board for his quest
Fourth leg, Johan to throw first.
in tonight's show.
Yeah, it just feels a little bit, doesn't it, like the previous match to me.
60.
Geldenhuys just looks comfortable and in control. Collins has got that leg, but you don't sense the performance level, unless it improves dramatically, is going to threaten the victory in this
84.
one.
A few loose darts at the moment.
45.
Both players.
$100.
Finds a treble 20 with that last start, and his 2 previous starts set him up well to get that third in.
55. $82. $100.
Did threaten a few years ago, Rob Collins, to really emerge on the big stage, on the PDC circuit.
100.
Won a challenge tour in 2020, the first of the year. I think maybe like a lot of players around then, if you're winning a challenge tour early in 2020 and then suddenly you never build on it.
140.
Just look back to the
Robbie Carr, 135.
the circumstances at that time and think maybe had that not happened, would he have been able to take the next step?
27. Johan Nukar, 101.
So, treble 19 was his choice.
69. Robbie Carr, 108.
So 88 left. Double 14.
80.
Not
Johan Nukar,
quite.
32.
So Johan a chance to go 3-1 up here. And double 16. Has to move across because he's hidden that double 8 bed. And he can't find
No
it and
score.
actually slips into the
Robbie Carr, 28.
double 16 bed. So 28 now for Rob. Finds it with his
James on the
second
fourth
dart
leg.
and
Rob
levels the
Collins.
match at 2 apiece.
He had a bit more of a spring in his step as he went to retrieve that,
Fifth
because
leg
he's
Rob
now
to throw
effectively
first.
in control
Game
of
on.
this tie. Hasn't really played anywhere near the level that he can produce, but will be very, very grateful to have found himself at 2-2.
60.
Appeared at the UK Open a couple of times, Rob Collins.
$40. $60. $100.
His standard sort of level, Rob Collins, if you look at his averages over the course of his career, is about 88 to 90. That's where he
87.
posts the most. Has hit as high as 104, 105, but that 88 to 90 range is where he would expect to be. So he's some way off that in this performance so far. But all that matters is that he's 2-2.
Yeah, he shan't be worrying too much about that. It's
60.
about the win, obviously, and while averages can give you a guide of how you're playing, they don't win you the games.
60.
Big moments win games.
140.
Well-timed
Johanna
scores.
121.
Expertly executed finishes. And Collins could put both together in a 6-start
38.
spurt here. 140 to settle for
94.
94. Well, he's got 82 left. He's gone for the bullseye. 2 darts in hand. Maybe not the best play.
44. Johanna 83.
They treble 17.
Game
Wow,
shot
what a
flag.
shot.
Johan Geldenhuys.
By Johan there. Takes the
6 leg
ball
Johan to throw
9 with
first. Game on.
his last start and goes 3-2 ahead.
Yeah, just as Collins had claimed control, it was snatched away from him with that fabulous finish. The 83 checkout from Geldenhuys. Chaz Barstow is the
42.
final player in this group to get his campaign underway. He's going to play Lewis Gurnie after the break following this match.
132. 45.
Well, moving
23.
over there to try and avoid that clatter, but unfortunately he hit it.
60.
That's the thing with his darts sticking up and having to move across, particularly when he throws underneath that treble 20.
98. 44.
They're up, not quite finding it just yet tonight.
55. 55. Johanna 153.
So to get the job done, he's got a couple of visits here, but he might as well do it in style. Needed the second treble.
93.
So he's got plenty of time on his hands in this leg. However, the pressure's being put on.
136. Johanna 60.
So that dart will be standing up in front of the target a little bit. He'll have about 2/3 of the bed to aim at. And now it's a clear look at double 10, which he
He's shown the
finds.
match.
And Johan
Johan
Geldenhuys
Geldenhuys.
carries on where he left off in Group A. It's an opening victory for him against Rob Collins, who couldn't quite get going. Started to work his way back into the match, got it tied up at 2-2. But the final 2 legs won by the South African, who is on 2 points like Lewis Gurnie, and he is going to be back in action after the break, taking on Chaz Barstow, who is the final player to feature in Game 3 tonight.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. 44.
50.
32. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
The moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
Yoki with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think he's gone to bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust. And
39.
on that situation there, George Scaife wasn't even able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires 79.
This is it. It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
required
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy. Couldn't get the job done.
And the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
Well, welcome back here to the Modus Super Series here in Portsmouth on Pluto TV. We've got Chaz Barstow and Lewis Gurnie to the stage now. This will be Chaz's first game for this evening. 46-year-old from Winchester. Nicknamed the Prince. And there's Lewis Gurnie, age 23, from Lansing.
Doesn't seem to care too much for the practice darts, does he, Lewis Gurnie? Just wants them out of the way and to get on with the game. There you see, he's halfway down the Yoki. That wouldn't count if it was in the match.
Game on.
He wants to carry on where he left off in the last match, a 4-1 win against Lorenzo Prong for him. But Chaz Barstow is a force to be reckoned with, a former winner
93.
here at the Super Series.
99. $140. 100.
He's had his moments in his career, made the World Championship in 2022.
92.
As Barstow achieved his big payday of £15,000 after he got through
126.
to the second round. And he lost out in the second round to a certain Michael
60.
van Gerwen, who was the world number 1 and the number 1 seed, therefore, at that tournament. Did take a set off him after beating the Canadian
44.
John
Jessica,
Norman Jr. in
116.
round 1. and take this out on top.
Getting shown the
Brilliant
first leg,
start by
Chaz
Barstow.
Second leg, Lewis to throw first. Game on.
15 dart hold with the 3-figure combo at the end of it, and I think Gurnie now knows what he's up against.
13.
Well, a poor visit there from Lewis.
100.
Doesn't jump all over it like he could have there, but does find the trouble with his last dart.
100.
By the way, the man I mentioned in the previous leg, John Norman Jr., for my money,
59.
he was part of the greatest ever pairs team. I don't know if you remember it, Trina, when he played the World Cup of Darts with John Part. But
59.
John Norman Jr. was celebrating every single shot that he threw, and John Part looked a little bit confused about it.
I can't say I remember that at all.
Oh,
97.
I'll find some clips and show you. It was hilarious to watch. He'd score 60, give it the big one.
85.
I can just imagine John just looking baffled by it all.
It almost looked like they were opponents because Part was so puzzled by it.
100. 100. Chazuka, 145.
145 for Barstow then. He's had a 100-plus finish already. That was a 116. This would have been much bigger.
73. Louis Ricard, 144.
So Lewis, this 144, but can't be done.
58. Chazuka, 72.
So Chaz coming back for this 72.
Well, goes for 36 two ways. Treble 12 and then double 18.
36. Louis
Can't
Ricard, 86.
get the latter to complete the leg.
Treble 18 found. Double 16.
Game
Coming
shown the
in.
second leg, Louis
Takes
Gurney.
it with his second dart and levels the match.
Third leg, Chaz
Combination
to throw
finishing
first.
good in this
Game
game.
on.
116 for Barstow, followed by 86 to level up from Lewis.
40. 58. 94.
Well, there'll be a few going snooker loopy this week, Trina, won't there, with the start of the World Snooker Championship. And if Chaz
140.
Barstow follows David Evans in winning the week, then we'll have Chaz and Dave at Champions Week.
Now then.
100.
They're going to bring the piano in the car.
They brought out a dance song, didn't they, a few years
99.
ago, actually.
They did.
Some of the acting from the Premier League players was questionable
140.
in that music video.
$98. Chazuka, 127.
The Paul Hinks favourite, the 127.
102. Louis
Couldn't
Ricard,
quite
106.
locate the ball.
Double 16.
Game
Oh,
on the
what
third
a
leg,
shot
Lewis
there
Gurney.
from Lewis. Takes it out.
Fourth leg, Louis to throw first. Game
Leads
on.
this match by 2 games to 1. And a break of throw there.
85.
Well, don't you just hate it when commentators come up with meaningless facts? But every single leg in this game has had a checkout ending
57.
in 6.
$180. $83.
Trina's now lost for words.
I don't quite know what to say, actually.
81.
Dumbfounded. Well, that's a great shot there from Chaz.
Louis Ricard, 155.
Yeah, pretty much cuts his score in half, but not on a finish, so still plenty of time here
90.
for Gurney. So he's made a crucial mistake there, not leaving 6 at the end.
123.
Clearly
Lewis
wasn't
Car,
thinking.
65.
65 for tops.
25. Chaz
Can't find
58.
it, so a chance for Chaz. It's 58 tops to level the
Being
match.
shown the 4th leg, Chaz Barstow.
Takes his chance.
5th leg, Chaz.
Yeah, this has
first.
been by
Game
far
on.
the best game of the evening, hasn't it? Barstow averaging mid-90s, Gurnie just below 90, 88.65, but we're seeing the brilliance of Barstow a bit more
140.
frequently. Maybe showing why he is the favourite for this group.
140.
Yeah, he's looking quite comfortable up there, isn't he? And a great first opener
140.
for him.
140.
That's neck and neck.
32.
Has played some Challenge Tour stuff this year, Chaz Barstow, but not really any significant runs.
140.
Lewis on 81 after 9.
99. Lewis Car 81. $63. Chaz Car 90.
Now needs a treble. Gets one. For tops.
50. Lewis Car 18.
Takes it with his first dart.
Game show on the
Balling's
5th
just
leg,
having a
Lewis
look and
Gurney.
checking.
6 leg
Yes,
Lewis
it is in.
first. Game on.
And that is another break of throw.
But it was right in the corner, and it is one of the doubles that's at the other side of the board, so we can allow Paul Hinks that little extra
44.
look. Better to be right than quick, isn't it?
$93. $91.
Following this, we're going to see Lorenzo Prong against Rob Collins, so one of them will get off the mark.
60.
Then Barstow returns to take on Johan Geldenhuys.
140. $57. 100.
Leaves himself 126. Average is currently 93.
140.
Lewis.
Lewis Golden 26.
And 92 for Chaz.
Game
Oh,
from the
he
match, Lewis
smacks
Gurney.
it right in the middle of the bullseye there. A 4-2 victory for Lewis Gurney. 94.47 for Lewis and a 92.83 for Chaz. Super darts there from Lewis. A 180 for Chaz and a 180 for Lewis. Coming up next, we have Lorenzo Prong against Rob Collins.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000.
The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor?
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McGuire.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Lidlow!
Welcome back to the historic live lounge in Portsmouth, where we're into the 4th game of Group B tonight. Rob Collins about to take on Lorenzo Prong, both players who lost their opening encounters. So, will it be Prong of the Netherlands or Collins of England that get off the mark in this one? I don't think either really got going in the first game. Prong has been here all week. He was impressive in his Group A campaign, Trina, but we didn't really see the best of him in his first match tonight.
No, a bit of a slow start, and like you say, for them both. Rob not getting a good first game in either, so
First leg, Lorenzo
we'll
to
tell
through
with
first.
this one.
Game on.
Yeah, he got back to 2-2, Collins, and had the darts in the 5th leg, but never really looked like winning that match. Never really looked like the best player in that game against Johan Geldenhuys.
No, a few too loose
100.
darts, so he'll be looking to tidy them up.
$140.
Well, that's a good start.
$96. $40. $98. $44. $46.
So Lorenzo leaving himself 161.
43. Lorenzo Lucar 161.
Rob doesn't pressurise this shot at all, so he will be coming back.
26.
Maybe he needed a bit of pressure because that was a mess. Only left himself 135. Collins can try and get himself into finishing range.
58. Lorenzo Ricard,
Arguing there that he could have gone
135.
19s and then used the bull would have been on a finish.
43. $60. Lorenzo Ricard, 92.
So 92 now for Lorenzo. Treble 20. Treble 19.
36. Rob Ricard, 116.
For tops.
96. Lorenzo Ricard,
Seemed to run out of
56.
steam a little bit, that dart. Drop low, well low, below the target, and now Prong will have a prod at tops himself. Much better attempt, and then he finds it to hold on to his throw in the opening leg. Have to say, still neither player has really got going tonight.
No, not quite found their target yet.
100.
Taking them a couple of games to get settled. Thing is, with being in
100.
Group B as well, you know, you haven't got as many games either, and so you have to settle quite quickly.
40.
Yeah, and the time of the group as well can be challenging for some players. I think most would prefer to play at 10 at night than 10 in the morning, but
93.
Lorenzo Prong has been playing from 9:30 a.m. all week, and then suddenly to switch it to the complete opposite end of the scale can be tough for some people. When I'm not here, trainer, I'm tucked up in bed by 10.
So am I.
$50.
I don't very often see 10 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, so again, if any of the players are that kind of person,
55.
You've got to make sure that they're not starting the night tired.
Yeah, adjusting your body clock. It's like shift
60.
work.
But of course, I am in bed watching the Modus Super Series 24-hour channel on Pluto TV.
145.
Wake up to Henry Deacon every morning.
How scary.
100. Rob Ricard, 37.
Right, 37 for Collins, who wants to take aim at double 10.
27.
Over adjusts and hands a
Lorenzo
chance
Ricard,
to Prong.
98.
Double 18.
80. Rob Ricard, 10.
Just inside, so Rob for double 5 to level the match. Oh, that's close. If you can use the barrel. Oh.
No score.
Well,
Lorenzo
he
Ricard, 18.
put that dart in, but it knocked that other dart out and went with it. Soft tip, he'd have won the leg.
12.
He still might.
Rob Ricard, 10. Game shot in the second leg, Rob Collins.
Well, he makes sure that time and
Third leg, Lorenzo to third first.
gets a leg on the
Game
board, and it's equal. 1-1.
96. $81. 100.
Following this, it's going to be Johan Geldenhuys against Chaz Barstow. Barstow played well, but ultimately
41.
lost to Lewis Gurnie in the previous game. Fantastic 1-2-6 check out to win that one from Gurnie, who has had a perfect start on his return to the Super
59.
Series, 2 from 2.
Yeah, not a lot that Chaz could do about that.
100.
And the perfect bullseye as well. Smack bang in the middle.
56.
So Rob with some work to do here in this leg.
55.
That's not a good visit.
134. 85. Lorenzo Yukar, 56.
So 16 tops for Prong to regain the lead.
46. Rob Yukar, 139.
Collins looking for a big one. Not going to happen.
99. Lorenzo Yukar,
Well,
10.
he does leave himself tops, but will he get a chance with Lorenzo for double 5?
5.
Well, he can't find it, so
Rob
he
Yukar,
will get a
40.
chance at tops for a 2-1 lead. Double 10 now. And he
20.
can't find it either.
Lorenzo Yukar, 5.
Yeah, 5 in bits. Double 2. And fittingly double 1.
Game shot on the third
Wins
leg.
the leg.
Lorenzo Prong.
Yeah, both are struggling. Both really are
Game
struggling.
on.
Lorenzo Prong, over the course of his Group A campaign, he was averaging about 88. He had a high average of 97.3, 23 180s. His
60.
finishing was around 37.5%. Very good stuff, but he just has not managed to match that this evening.
93. 140. 180.
Well, that's a nice 180, that.
Yeah, much better. Got that relaxation back, that little bit of nonchalance. Also, a little bit of style as
85.
he raised his eyebrows following that.
$134.
And he backs it up with a nice 1-3-4-2.
Suddenly found something. Collins has found something in the same leg. It's a funny old game, isn't it?
125.
Neither player
Lorenzo Yukar, 94.
can seem to get anywhere near the best game, then suddenly they're both at it.
34. Rob Yukar, 91.
So 91 now, then, for Rob.
$81. Lorenzo Yukar, 60.
60 for Prong to punish. Exactly where he didn't want it by the looks of his reaction, but that is exactly where he
Game shot
wanted
on the
it.
fourth leg. Lorenzo Prong.
Fourth leg goes the way of Prong, who will now throw for a 4-1 win.
Fifth leg. Lorenzo to throw first. Game on. $121.
Well, hadn't quite got out of the dart, I don't think, in that last dart. Stops and readjusts himself.
136. $58. $140.
This is better leg for Rob.
$134.
Lorenzo not letting him get away, though.
140.
Well, he thought it was better to go for the bull than stay on the 20s. He ended up staying on the 20s anyway.
86. Rob your car 85.
Now he needs the bull.
43. Lorenzo your car 102.
But this is for victory. Again, personally
62.
not sure about going for the bull 2 darts in
42.
hand, but he does tee up tops and applies pressure.
Double 10.
22.
Can't be found.
Lorenzo your car 40.
So Lorenzo coming in for tops for the match. Double 10. Double 5.
35. Rob your car 20.
And it's double trouble.
Game show on the
Now
fifth
Rob
leg.
finds
Rob
it.
Collins.
Finds that double 10 with his first dart and
Sixth leg Rob to throw first.
gains another leg.
Game on.
But trails 3 legs to 2.
$23. $43. $85.
Once again, he turns on the style.
$60. $57. $46. $100.
Doubles have been the issue
135. Lorenzo Ricard 121.
in this match.
Yeah, good observation. 13 darts missed
81.
at double by
Rob
one
Ricard
player, 15 by
152.
the other. But if Prong can hit tops with one of
100.
his next 3,
Lorenzo Ricard
he will
40.
win the match, and that is all that counts.
$30.
But he couldn't.
Rob
The
Ricard
double trouble
52.
continues.
So another chance here for Rob. 12 for tops. Double 10.
32.
That double 10 hasn't
Lorenzo Ricard
been
10.
a favoured throw for Rob. So another chance here for Lorenzo to wrap it all up with double 5.
Game shot on the match. Lorenzo.
And it is
Prong.
over. Prong gets the better of Collins, who loses his first 2 matches tonight. Prong off the mark with that win. Won't be happy that he hasn't been able to match the form he showed in Group A, but he will be relieved to get some points on the board. Not much between him and the averages, both of them missing hatfuls of doubles in that one. But it is Lorenzo Prong who picks up the point with a 4-2 success over Rob Collins. Coming up after the break, it's going to be Johan Geldenhuys against Chaz Barstow.
$54. Charlie McGuire 164. $44. 32. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the
81.
stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
Yoki with
20.
a chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
require
he's gone to
118.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that situation there, George
require
Scaife wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
require
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Get
Couldn't get the job
it.
done.
Got in the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
Well, welcome back to the Modus Super Series here in Portsmouth, live on Pluto TV. We're just seen Lorenzo Prong have a 4-2 victory over Rob Collins. And now, here on the stage, we have Johan Geldenhuys against Chaz Barstow.
First leg, Johan through first. Game on.
Chaz yet to get a win under his belt.
58. $40. $140.
That's a great start there for Johan. Chaz following up with a maximum.
180.
Well, he says I can do that as well. Leaves himself 1, 2, 3.
134. Johan Ricard, 123.
Well, treble 19's the shot. That bounced out the treble 7.
39. Chaz Ricard, 147.
Well, it can't be done this time.
97.
So Johan will
Ricard,
get a shot
84.
at this 84. Treble 20 first. The bullseye.
59.
Oh, and just misses
Chaz
out.
Car 50.
Well, Barstow could go straight for the bull, but I doubt he will. He doesn't. It's simple 10 for tops.
Getting shown the first leg, Chaz Barstow.
Good start. A break by Barstow.
Second leg, Chaz to throw first. Game on.
Played well in his first match, Chaz Barstow, but went down 4-2 to Lewis
97.
Gurnie and finds himself without points so far, along with Rob Collins. Would hope to change that here. Halfway through the night after this one, 5 more games to bring you.
$95. $125.
Well, recovers well there. From that 5.
171.
And that's great darts there from Chaz.
Yeah, brilliant.
58.
171 to go with the 180 he had in the first leg. Now looking at 138. And he's got a couple of goes at this.
81.
Bit careless with the last start. He was almost still moving back to the centre of the hockey as he threw it.
Yeah, too casual.
140.
Well, that's a pressure shot now. There's pressure in this 57. So tops now for Chaz.
Game
For a
shown the
2-0 lead.
Chaz
Takes it
Barstow.
with his second dart.
Third leg,
He's looking good tonight, even though he lost that first game. I think that Chaz Barstow has shown plenty of promise.
Yeah, I agree. It was just the brilliant shot of Lewis that prevented him from winning that game.
46.
Well, another maximum there for Johan. His second of the match.
84. $58. 96. Johan Nukar, 128.
Start the 18s here. So treble 20 now, or just the other side.
52.
But he will be back. It's Chaz way back on 275.
65. Johan Nukar, 76.
Yeah, Geldenhuys should be then getting a foothold in this game. He's going to stay on the 20s, and that was a little bit dangerously close to the treble. You can understand the reason he was there, because he didn't want to leave the double block by going 16 tops, but he almost
Four-way
busted
chance
score
to
there.
through first. Game on.
Yeah, that slight little deflection that he did get, fortunately, wasn't too big.
180.
And that is Chaz's second 180 of the match as well.
Yeah, and it means that both players are now averaging in 3 figures.
100. $81. $91.
Well, that's a good last start there from Johan.
Yeah, it also means that he can leave a finish with a 140 in the next visit.
Needs that treble. Oh,
80.
and that is unlucky.
Yeah, it was in and out.
Chelsea
Barstow,
car
though,
100.
is in a great spot here. Plays it quite safe
60.
there, really. It's almost a set-up shot rather than a serious attempt at tops.
Yeah, didn't want to put it out the board.
$100. Chelsea car 40.
So Chaz now for tops.
Game show
Plays
the
with his
fourth leg,
first
Chaz
start
Barstow.
and goes into a 3-1 lead.
Fifth leg, Johan to throw first. Game on. $85.
So Barstow closing in. Can he wrap it up this time around?
50.
Remaining fixtures against Rob Collins and Lorenzo Prong. Johan Geldenhuys has Prong and
58.
Gurnie to play in the second half of tonight's action. But it will be Gurnie Collins in game 6 following this one.
180.
Another one for Chaz. That's his third of the match.
Yeah, and he had a 171 as well, which you quite like here, I suppose.
134.
Yeah, great scoring here from both guys, actually.
Oh, it's another.
180.
This is absolutely sensational stuff from Chaz Barstow. 4 180s, a 171, an average of just shy of 105.
100.
And looking to
Chelsea
close it
car
out with
91.
a fabulous 11 dart leg. Won't get that. 74 remaining. $73, Chaz. Even I can do that.
75. Johan car 124.
So a chance now for Johan. So treble 18. Would have left the ball.
56. Chelsea car 16. Game show on the
And
match.
that's it,
Chaz
all
Barstow.
over. Absolutely sublime stuff from Chaz Barstow. An average of 102.76 and a stunning 4-1 win against Johan Geldenhuys, who himself averaged 97 and change in that one. 4 out of 5 on the doubles as well. That's 80%. Barstow at his brilliant best. Coming up after the break, Gurnie takes on Collins.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000.
The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McGuire.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Littler!
Welcome back. So we have played the first 5 fixtures of tonight's action. And this is what's happened. Lewis Gurnie starting with a 4-1 win against Lorenzo Prong, then backing that up with a 4-2 victory against Chaz Barstow. Johan Geldenhuys and Lorenzo Prong both getting victories over Rob Collins, but then Barstow getting his first win with an absolutely sensational showing against Geldenhuys, averaging in 3 figures, winning that one 4-1 and picking up some points to put himself in second place in the table, 2 behind the unbeaten Lewis Gurnie. Prong and Geldenhuys also have 2 points. Rob Collins yet to get off the mark. That could change here though, as bottom takes on top, as Collins meets Gurney in game 6 of tonight's 10. And based on what we've seen so far, Trina, I don't think it's in any way disrespectful to suggest that Gurney's got to be a huge favourite.
Yeah, at least top of the table, like you say, and Rob's not got his game together yet, so
First leg, Lewis to throw
looking
first.
at the stats, and
Game
how things
on.
have gone so far this evening, then you have to favour Lewis Gurney for this match.
140. $55. $140.
Great start for Lewis.
I do find his throw really, really interesting, Lewis Gurney. It's almost sort of enclosed, isn't it?
93.
Everything sort of squeezed up in the middle.
He's got a bit of a rock on him as well as Henderson. Not as
125.
not as much, not as obvious, but there's a little bit of a rock there.
A rapid fire as well. And looking for an 11-dart start here.
60. Louis Rukar, 96.
Well, it won't matter
60.
as he lays up to leave double 18 instead after a dozen.
$72. Louis Rukar, 36.
Double 18.
Getting shown the
Takes
first
with his
leg, Louis
first
Gurney.
dart and gets the first leg
Second leg, Rob to throw
on the
first.
board
Game
in
on.
this match.
$95. $85.
Throws the dart hard, doesn't he?
$100.
Yeah, really does. Throw at some pace and some force.
58. $91.
Better leg from Collins, but Gurney He's back in business. He really did slam that third dart in.
Yeah, looking aggressive there.
60.
They're not intimidated by anybody.
58. Rob the car 155.
So a chance here. Not now. He needed the treble 20 to start.
57. Louis
You
Car
finish?
120.
So Shanghai now.
Blocked it a bit. He's moved across. I couldn't get the weight of that dart
82.
right at all.
Rob your car 98. 58. Louis Car 38.
Decides to go straight for the double 19. So double 8 now.
22. Rob your car 40.
So tops now for Rob.
Game
Finds
show
it with
the
his
second
first
leg,
dart.
Rob Collins.
And levels the match at 1 apiece.
Yeah, and he's
Third
not
leg, Louis
played
through first.
really
Game on.
anywhere near as well as Gurnie has in those first couple of legs. In fact, I know it's only 2 legs, but 20-point difference in the averages.
85.
Well, that was for a treble 20, I can assure you. So that's a real slip from
51.
Collins.
He has been tending to push his darts into the 5 area quite a lot.
60.
And that one was pushed over way further.
Yeah, for a player like me, that's a bonus. Hitting the 12.
60.
Here he goes again.
140.
Not quite the max this time, but he's looking good.
$139. 43. 57. 57.
Following this, we're going to see Lorenzo Prong and Johan Geldenhuys do battle for the 4th time this week.
$58. Louis Car 116.
Double 18.
He's checking it's in. Has had it confirmed by Mr. Hinks.
On the third leg, Louis Gurney.
And confirmation that the leg is in the ledger.
Fourth leg,
Under
Rob
L
to
for
third
Lewis.
first. Game on. $50. 60. 140. 140.
Well, that was a nice find there. With his last start, just sneaking it in the corner of the treble 20.
$140. 100. 97. 100. Rob the car
74 now for Rob. Top cent.
54. Lewis Ricard 101.
101 to really get a grip on this game. Tops he wants. Tops he
Game's on the
gets.
fourth leg, Lewis Gurney.
And that is an absolutely brilliant finish for Lewis
Fifth leg,
Gurney,
Lewis to throw first.
who will throw for a 4-1
Game
win.
on.
And it would be his third win in as many matches tonight.
$60.
Lewis has been quite impressive tonight.
96. $70. $85. $66.
Well, recovers well with the last darts there. Treble 20. 2 wayward darts beforehand.
25. $97. $136.
Good darts there from Rob. Doesn't leave himself a finish. And is in the background.
45.
Shaking his head, just realising what he's done there. He's got away with it a bit though. As Lewis left himself on 163. Is also
55.
not an outshot.
$59. Rob Ricard
Ended up
104.
leaving the same outshot as Rob Collins. That was an interesting
92.
decision.
Lewis Ricard 104.
144, went 20 double 12.
41. Rob Ricard 12.
To 12 now. Double 6.
Game
Finds
show
it with
the
his
fifth
first
leg,
start.
Rob Collins.
And gets his second leg on the board.
And maybe for the first time
Sixth
tonight,
leg Rob to throw first.
just
Game
get the
on.
sense that Rob Collins has got into a rhythm here. He's picked up the pace a little bit. He's closer to that of Lewis Gurney now, and he's starting to be a bit more accurate with it.
Yeah, he's definitely improving
140.
as time goes by. Here comes Lewis. Starts off with a maximum.
$58.
That's perfect, you know. That is perfect.
140.
Ah, Lewis. 5 perfect darts. May not even be first to a finish. But he will be
83.
now.
$105.
Well, that's great darts there. He's on 76 after 9.
$50. Lewis Ricard 76.
This to win it.
56. Rob Ricard 170.
This to stay in it. Can't make a splash.
75. Lewis Ricard 20.
So for another victory, Lewis
Being shown the
Gurney
match,
lands
Lewis
double
Gurney.
10. He makes it 3 wins from 3, and he is proving to be the dominant force in Group B tonight. Gurney returning after 2 years away from the Super Series, and he is bossing this group. An average just shy of 90, 4 out of 7 on the doubles, 116 checkout in there, one of 2 3-figure finishers, and a very good 4-2 win to make it a hat-trick. Up next, it's Prong against Geldenhuys.
54. Charlie McGuire, 164. 44. 32. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
Yoki with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think he's gone to
118.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust. And
39.
on that situation there, George Scaife wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
required
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy. Couldn't get the job done.
And the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
Double 12. He's double 16.
Sixes. What a start from Jimmy Van Ski. Yeah, a double 16.
Game shot!
But what's happening here? Double 8. Game over.
And the match.
The stop with a wry smile. What a finish! What a man!
That will be the Dutch duo for the International Pairs Week. Jimmy Van Ski and Danny Van Tripe are going to be representing Team Netherlands when that tournament gets underway. For the first time in Super Series history, we will have an International Pairs Week coming your way in May. But a different Dutchman on the stage right now, Lorenzo Prong, about to take on Johan Geldenhuys of South Africa. And he's just getting his final instructions from the referee, Paul Hinks, before starting this one. Both these players have one win from their 2 matches tonight, so whoever gets the better of the other in this one will be second behind the runaway league leader, Lewis Gurnie, who produced another brilliant performance just before the break there, Trina.
He did indeed.
First leg, Lorenzo to through first.
He's been solid tonight.
Game on. One of them, 40.
Prong got the better of Rob Collins. That's the same player that Johan beat as well, both by the same
100.
4-2 scoreline. In fact, Collins has lost each of his 3 fixtures 4-2 so far tonight.
81. $59.
Well, that's a good recovery there. With his last start, the treble 19s.
95. $100. $60.
So Prong leaving 1-2-5 after a dozen darts in the opening leg.
78. Lorenzo Lucar, 125.
Starting on the 18, so 107 remaining, 57 for the bull.
53. Johan Lucar, 164. 60. Lorenzo Lucar, 72.
72 now for Lorenzo. Tops to take the first leg.
32. Johan Lucar, 104.
Squash the wire a little bit. Geldenhuys can punish. 50 remaining. 32 left.
72.
He also
Lorenzo
misses a dart
Lucar,
double
40.
to take the first leg.
That's a loose dart. Double 10 then. Oh, and he
Gains on the
recovers.
first leg, Lorenzo Prong.
Hits the double 10 with his third dart.
Second leg, Johan to throw first. Game on.
Makes a mess of it to start off with, but does recover well and takes the first leg.
$125.
Where Johan moves across the hockey there, just to give him a little bit more space.
100.
Proves to be that a little bit too far as he sends his third dart into the 5.
$55. $90.
Well, this pair both played in Group A, both got good performances, good results in it. Of course, to be in this group, second place, Geldenhuys, just 2 points off the eventual winner, Christian Perez, and Prong just 2 points behind Johan. Geldenhuys got the victory 4-2 when they first met on Monday.
23.
He then mirrored that scoreline a day later, before Lorenzo managed to get the win when they met yesterday. That was 4-1.
140. $100. Johan Lucar, 142.
So treble 20 first. Double 11.
120. $34. Johan Lucar, 22.
So double 11 now. Double 4.
Game shown
Finds
the
you with his
second leg,
third
Johan
dart and levels
Geldenhuys.
the match at 1 apiece.
Third leg, Lorenzo to throw first. Game on. $60. $83.
Well, they've been great to watch this week. Two players that I'll admit were players that you probably wouldn't know what to expect
60.
from. I think that's a fair way of putting it. you can, of course, look at their averages at the ADC and the ADG
98.
in Johann's case. But you don't know what they're going to do when they get up on a stage in front of the cameras.
48.
And they've both handled themselves really well. And new experience for them, and I'm sure they're enjoying it.
Yeah, and if you're wondering about those acronyms, ADC, the Amateur Dart Circuit, well, 4 places
55.
every week go to the Amateur Dart Circuit, 2 for the European Circuit, 2 for the UK Circuit, so opportunities to qualify for this are available.
100.
And then 2 places at every series for the ADG, that's the African Darts Group, headed up by Devon Peterson, and we've had some fantastic
100.
players
Johan
already
Luca,
here.
80.
Johan might just about be the best one so far. Although I'm sure...
48.
Devon might have something to say about that.
Although you can't really count him as a qualifier. He's an invitee, Devon Peterson.
125. Johan Luca, 32.
Very established. So double 16 for Johan. Can he sneak it in? He does. He finds it with his dart. And goes ahead in this match, 2 legs to 1.
4th leg, Johan through first.
And also, who can forget Peter Wachiri in week 6 of this series, runner-up in the end, the Kenyan, who will be returning as revealed for that International Pairs Week.
140.
Yes, he made a great impression here, didn't he?
180. 66. 93.
If you are planning on attending, by the way, International Pairs Finals night, Vuvuzelas not allowed, unfortunately. But if you come into the influencer event,
59.
then feel free to bring them. Different kind of vibe.
$96.
So Lorenzo leaving himself a nice 1-3-2 finish here. Johan pressuring it.
125. Lorenzo Ricard, 132.
So we'll start on the bullseye here.
Don't think he was too happy with that attempt.
82. Johan Ricard, 111.
So 1, 1, 1. Good dart. And you can see there, he's had to move
71.
across, despite he's actually
Lorenzo
put a dart
Ricard,
below
50.
treble 20. That's how much his darts stand up.
Tops now for Lorenzo.
Getting shot on the 4th leg, Lorenzo
Make
Prong.
it 2-2.
Well, just 3
Fifth
fixtures
leg,
to come
Lorenzo
after this.
through
Rob Collins
first.
will end his evening against Chaz Barstow. Then Geldenhuys will face Lewis Gurnie before
on.
Prong ends the night with the battle against Chaz Barstow. As we move towards midnight here.
123.
It'll soon be Friday, Trina.
Good Friday.
Very good Friday if you've got your feet up watching the
85.
Super Series. 2 sessions tomorrow, one from 1 p.m. Group C, it's looking tasty. Jared Cole leading the way.
100.
Saturday, of course, finals night. This group repeated at 10 p.m. tomorrow, Good Friday. And then Easter Monday, Champions Week begins from 9:30 a.m.
$42.
And we have a really fantastic lineup. A Group A featuring Derek Coulson, Scott Campbell, Shane McGurk, Alex Small, and of course Mervyn King.
100.
Looks like Jensen Walker will take the last spot in Group A. That'll be confirmed at the end of this week's play. Sam Spivey and Devon Peterson in Group B, the aforementioned Devon Peterson. David Davis looking likely to be in that one, and David Evans and Reece Robinson are confirmed in Group C. One place remaining. If you tune in on Saturday night, you will find
60.
out
Lorenzo Wilcan, 96.
who's going to get it.
Exciting stuff. So double 18.
60. Johan Nukar, 121.
Why is the double 18? With 2 darts there. So a chance now for Johan. Treble 11 was the target, but he slips into the 8.
81. Lorenzo
Sometimes
Wilcan,
think it's
36.
best going for the big number there.
Game show on the 5th leg, Lorenzo Prong.
And Prong takes advantage.
6th leg,
Leads
Johan to
3-2.
through first. Game on.
Haven't seen a game go the distance tonight. Will this be the one?
60.
And it's going to be a really good 3-week spell. We've got Champions Week starting on Monday. The following Monday is
100.
the 3rd Women's Week to be held here
Yay!
at the Super Series. Trina Gulliver, we will reveal the lineup tomorrow, but I think you've got the idea that Trina Gulliver's going to be part of it.
85.
And then following that International Pairs Week as well. We've already announced a few of the players. The full lineup for that will be next week as well. But so far announced Team Scotland, John Henderson, Robert Thornton, the Kenyan team of
95.
Peter Wachuri and Manpreet Kelsey. Mervyn King and Steve West will be representing Team England. And as just revealed before the break, Jimmy Van Schie and Danny Van Tripe
100.
Team Netherlands.
$80. $140.
Well, we're going to see a win for Netherlands here.
97. Johan Nukar, 116.
Not if Johan has anything to do with it.
So 16 now. Okay, double 18 then. And he
Game show on the
finds it.
6th leg, Johan Geldenhuys.
Takes out a 116 and levels the match at 3 apiece.
7th and final leg, Lorenzo to through first. Game on. $58. $57. $60.
Well, that's a really good dart for him to work from. And he has proved that point perfectly.
Tightly compacted.
100.
And that's not bad either.
Anything you can do?
Now then.
140.
Well, great response, and then a great response to the response.
39. Johan
And
Nukar,
someone had to blink at some point.
124.
Was that it from Prong? As Geldenhuys looks to break in the last leg decider. Treble 18. Yes. He's got a choice to make here. He's gone for the
99.
ball. Prong is on a check out.
164.
Couldn't get it though.
$57.
So he does
Johan
get a
Nukar,
chance at this 25. To double 8 for the match.
Game show
Takes
of the
it with
match,
his
Johan
second dart.
Geldenhuys.
And that's a 4-3 victory there. for Johan against Lorenzo. Lorenzo with an 81.35 average. Johan with a 90.13. 116 out was Johan's best finish. And now the next game coming up, Rob Collins and Chaz Barstow.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000.
The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor?
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McGuire.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Luke Lidlow!
Yeah, Champions Week getting underway on Monday morning in Group A, featuring Derek Coulson, Scott Campbell, Shane McGuire, Alex Small and Mervyn King. They're all confirmed. Jensen Walker provisionally the final player in it, but could drop down into Group B, which will feature Sam Spivey and Devon Peters and David Davis, the provisional player in that one, but could drop into Group C with David Evans and Reece Robinson. And, of course, there is one more place to be filled. That will come from this week as all the players battle it out to indeed join that illustrious list, a roll of honour featuring a certain Luke Littler. Well, at the moment, Chaz Barstow is dreaming of a return to Saturday night and potential return to Champions Week himself. Rob Collins is just dreaming of getting off the mark this evening. It'll be a disappointing start to his campaign if he is to be beaten in this one, because he has not picked up a win yet. And it is, of course, the first Champions Week of 3 in 2025. Darius Labanauskas the last to lift the trophy at the end of last year. When you saw that list, Trina, did any particular name jump out to you as a potential favourite?
Maybe Merv King, a new one from the PDC.
67.
Not got his tour card anymore, so able to play. But I mean, there's a vast amount there that's, you know, all of them are quite capable of the win, so be an interesting week. Yeah,
of course, and they're putting the groups based on their average for their
82.
finals night performance, and Derek Coulson by far the highest average, 94.18, of course beat Mervyn King at the World Seniors as well. So he will fancy
55.
the job. Scott Campbell played equally well. Shane McGuire, of course, is the most recent Lakeside World Champion. So I think a lot of people have been saying Mervyn King, but there are plenty of runners and riders. Look, they're all champions, aren't they? That's why they're there.
Exactly that.
140.
About Derek Coulson as well. You know, he had a real strong week when he was there. Like you say, with the averages.
Yeah, brilliant player who's
50.
really taken the game seriously a little later in life.
$165.
Oh, that's a great shot there from Chaz. Leave himself tops.
$134. Kazakhstan 40. Game show the first leg. Chaz
And there he has it.
Barstow.
Takes the first leg.
Second leg.
With
Chaz
his first start.
first. Game on.
And of course that was a break of throw.
180.
And he fires in a 180 to boot.
Yeah, he's playing like a champion tonight, Chaz Barstow. I know it's Lewis Gurnie who's got the 3 wins, but I think Barstow has been
92.
superb so far.
$134. $81. $57.
Almost a surprise to see him go trebleless in a visit.
Yeah, Suttage's dominance has been
140. Kazakhstan
in
130.
these last games.
Doesn't have to go 20s here. Treble 10 or treble 18 will do very nicely indeed. There is the treble 10 to tee up tops. What a finish. What a performance this is. Blockbuster stuff so far from Chaz Barstow.
First. Game on.
Look at those numbers.
Excellent darts.
41. $60.
If you are wondering, the highest average ever recorded here at the Modus Super Series is 122.69. Darryl Pilgrim producing that one.
96.
If you're looking to beat the highest women's average, Trina, in a couple of weeks, it's just 114.56.
121.
Okay, I'll get a bit more practice in.
Bo Greaves, if I had to say.
You didn't.
140.
But Collins has come back into this
139.
with a nice spell of his own.
Yeah, he's having a good leg here.
And the 180, 1-2, 1-1-3-9, the last 3 visits.
135. Robbie Carr 20.
It's a double 10 for Rob. Oh, whoa.
No score. Chaz Carr 70.
Well, that last start wasn't thrown in the correct manner.
Game shot on the third leg, Chaz Barstow.
Everything's been thrown in the correct manner by Chaz Barstow. It seems to be finding the correct target as well.
3-0.
3-0.
to throw first. Game on.
Currently averaging 112 is Chaz. It's Rob with a 97 himself.
140. 100.
It's super darts here from Chaz. Until
47.
I spoke.
Yeah, sentence average crashing down to 110.22. Rubbish.
81. 60. 42. 119.
Oh, good recovery darts there from Chaz.
57.
Leaving himself
Carr,
135 for a 4-0 victory. So treble 20 now for the bullseye. But will he go for it? He might lay up. He did go for it.
99.
Leaves himself 36. And he will be back.
80. Chaz Carr 36.
So for a fabulous 4-0 win.
Game show on the match. Chaz Barstow.
Absolutely brilliant from Chaz Barstow. A show-stopping performance from the Prince, who gets his second win tonight. But look at how he did it. 105.43 the average in that one. 4 out of 6 on the doubles, including that superb 130 checkout. Rob Collins ends the evening with no win from 4 matches and ends the night with no legs from 4 in that one. Barstow wins. Up next, Geldenhuys Gurnie.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000.
The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McGuire.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Littler!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where we have just two more games to bring you on this Thursday night into Friday morning. And it's Johan Geldenhuys, the South African, against Lewis Gurnie, who's recently had an England team call up, and he's looking to complete a perfect night on his return to the live lounge. What have you made of Lewis so far this evening? His results have been brilliant, but has he been the best player, or does that honour go to Chaz Barstow so far?
Well, going on Chaz's performance the last couple of matches,
First
you'd
leg,
have to
Johan to through first.
say it's a tight one, isn't it? And there's been some excellent darts from both players.
Yeah, Barstow, by the way, in that previous game dismantled
81.
Rob Collins 4-0 in just 6 minutes and 38 seconds.
That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, actually the fastest game is exactly
100.
a minute quicker than that. Tom Sykes and Brian Roman. That was 4-3, I'm joking.
30.
I tell you what, Lewis Gurnie got the right opponent. He could be in for a pretty quick game, couldn't he, if he managed to get a 4-0 win. Doesn't mess around.
46.
Wonder who the quickest player at the Super Series is.
Ever?
We've got one in Champions Week, Alex
90.
Small. He is very fast.
$85. Louis Ricard, 131.
Well, it wouldn't be Scott Mitchell.
55. $41.
Yeah, he almost acts like a
Louis
tractor when he's on the
Ricard,
hockey,
76.
doesn't he, Scott? Holding everybody up.
$60.
You can see him in his tractor here on the Super Series channel. Scott Mitchell on the hockey. Available for your viewing pleasure.
$76.
So
Louis
double
Ricard,
eight now
16.
for Lewis. Getting closer.
No score. Johan Ricard, 142.
So a chance for Johan. Can't be done now. So Lewis will be coming back for that double
45.
eight.
Louis Ricard, 16.
Yeah, it has been a great night for Gurney.
Getting shown the first leg, Louis Gurney.
And if he gets a win in this one, he
Second
will
leg,
be
Lewis
pretty
through
close to
first.
qualification.
Game
We'll need a win or two, that's it. Tomorrow night when he comes back, this will be his first fixture, of course. The
100.
match's order of play will be reversed.
$131. 100. $140.
He nearly fills the bed.
57. $100.
Well, leaves himself a finish. The 130.
58. Johanna Carr 130.
So treble 20 first. I'll stay there.
90. $56. Johanna Carr 40.
Top end for Johan to level the match. Double 10 now. And that's awkward.
Yeah, it just leaned in,
20.
hasn't it? It's made
Lewis
it more
Carr
difficult.
130.
The way that Lewis Gurnie has played tonight, you would not put it past him to take this out. On the ball.
98.
Well, he's
Johanna
got lucky
Carr
with
20.
the leave, but he needs to be even luckier and hope that Geldenhuys doesn't take this out. Is his luck in? It is.
10. Lewis Carr 32.
So double 16 now for Lewis. You sneak it over the top.
Game show on the second
He
leg.
does.
Lewis Gurney.
Yeah. 2-0.
So like
Six
Johan to
starts
throw
missed at
first.
double
Game
from
on.
Johan Geldenhuys there. And Gurney capitalised. And he's on course for a perfect start to his Group B campaign. 4 wins from 4.
43. $140. $44. $59. $140.
So Lewis will start on the 18s here.
98. $45. $95.
Having a bit of a word with himself there. Is Lewis?
But Geldenhuys hasn't really turned up for this, hasn't matched the standard that he's produced,
49.
not just tonight, but all week,
Lewis
really.
Carr 109.
And Gurney's just not even needing to take every
39.
opportunity because he's getting so many.
$100. Lewis Carr 70.
So 70 now for Lewis. I went for the 18s there, but
45.
where's the
Johanna Carr,
bullseye?
80.
And that was close. And even though Johan hasn't got his game going yet, he could start to turn the tie around. Double 10. Again, it leans in. The dart blocking much of that target. And that's a good attempt, but
60.
just not good enough.
Lewis Carr 25.
Double 8 for a 3-0 lead.
9. Johanna
Can't
Carr
manage
20.
it. So
Yeah.
again, Johan with a chance.
Yeah, they've struggled, haven't they? Closing out legs. A pair of them missed 19 darts at double between them. Make that 20.
18.
And the tally
Louis Ricard,
continues
16.
to rise.
A bit of fatigue creeping in here, I think.
Game shown the third leg,
Lewis
Louis Gurnie.
finds the double 8 for a 3-0
Fourth leg,
lead.
Louis to throw first.
Yeah, nice relief there for Gurney, who might be following up that 4-0
Game
victory
on.
of Chaz Barstow with one of his own, albeit in a very different manner. Barstow back against Prong in the curtain
60.
closer tonight.
$140. $60. $60. $81.
If you do want to carry on watching some dramatic
97.
darts action, then following this live broadcast, we're going to start the build-up to Champions Week and relive some of the finals nights from
100.
this series over the course of the next few days. And the Week 1 final in full will follow tonight's show. And don't forget the live action returns
58.
Friday afternoon from 1 p.m. UK time, 10 p.m. for the kickoff of this group, and finals night. The final place at Champions Week will be decided
60.
at the end of the session,
Johanna
which begins at
146.
7:30 on Saturday.
$110.
Oh, that's a great shot there from Johan to leave himself the double 18.
48. Johan Ricard, 36.
So a chance to get a leg on the board here for Johan. Double
Game
18
shown the
he
fourth
hits
leg, Johan Geldenhuys.
and gets that leg.
Yeah, he avoids
Fifth leg, Johan
the
to throw
whitewashed
first.
defeat.
Game on.
And it was a breaker throw as well. So if he can hold his throw here, it puts him within one of Lewis.
82.
He's annoyed with that because the first start high in the
125.
treble 20 bed is one that he thought he would have followed.
Yeah, I'm sure fatigue is setting in now for both players.
60.
Well, he does well to find that treble there.
Sometimes it's just the awareness of that fatigue, if it is the case, isn't it? Because you can think, right, come on, just one big effort. I only need one leg. Let's put everything into this. Get
100.
it done. And Lewis does look to be doing something like that here. The first start, every single visit has been perfect.
85.
Yeah, you can also try a little bit too hard and, you know, it can backfire a little bit. So it's a
99. Louis Ricard,
be a bit of a sticky
51.
wicket.
Treble 17. Well, again, he gets the first start
88.
perfect, but the
Johan Ricard,
second and
160.
third cannot be so described. And this is on. Another. Just over the top wire.
100. Louis
So,
Ricard,
for
63.
a perfect night, a perfect start. Double three. And
Game
it
shown
is
the match,
glory
Louis Gurney.
for Gurney on night one of Group B. He wins every one of his 4 matches, and it's an emphatic victory against Johan Geldenhuys, who ends his evening with 2 wins to his name. Wasn't quite the standard set by Gurney earlier in the night, but it was good enough to get a 4-1 win, particularly boosted by all those misstarts at double by his opponent. One more game to come. Chaz Barstow looking to be the best of the rest. He takes on Lorenzo Prong.
welcome back to the Modus Super Series here at Portsmouth, live on Pluto TV, and we have the last game of this evening in Chaz Barstow and Lorenzo Prong. Chaz is in his previous game had his best game of the night with 105 average, and he'll be looking to carry that on through.
Yeah, it was a monstrous performance by Barstow in
First leg chance to throw
whitewashing
first.
Rob Collins, who didn't pick up any wins tonight. Lorenzo Prong has only got one, but if he can win this one, he's level on points with Barstow and Johan Geldenhuys. So it's still very much in his hands. Remember, the top 3 from this group go
59.
through. Lewis Gurnie has done most of his bidding tonight. He's won all 4 of his matches, and we are going to hear from him after this, so do stay tuned.
85.
And if Chaz Barstow plays like he did in the last
78.
game, we could be hearing from him pretty soon, Trina.
Yeah, he had a fantastic game.
57.
Like I said, his scoring has been phenomenal, and the amount of 180s he's had this evening is
44.
second to none.
Yeah, 6 minutes 38 seconds it took him to
86.
win 4-0. Not quite starting this one in the same fashion.
That's that fatigue.
46.
I'm sure it's past all our bedtimes, to
60.
be fair.
He'll have the opposite night tomorrow, though, because he'll play 2 of the first 3 matches rather than 2 of the last 3.
81.
So he could find himself in a very strong position early in the evening tomorrow, and he will be the first player to finish his campaign as well.
140. Lorenzo McGuire, 146. $94. Chazuka, 80.
So another 20 for tops. Moves across and finds it with his third dart. Starts off his campaign
Second leg Lorenzo to throw first.
in this match as he did his previous. His finishing's been good too.
Yeah, really good. He's looking to move on to 6 points, 2 behind Lewis Gurnie, who's on 8. By the way, we've never had
43.
a player not make it through with 10 points in Group B. In fact, the only way that could happen is if 4 players were tied on 10.
57.
So he's pretty much guaranteed to be through if he wins 1 match tomorrow, Lewis Gurnie.
62. $57.
We did once have a situation where we nearly had the whole group tied. All 5 players would have been on 8 points, but for 1 result at the end of the evening.
God, how complicated.
Yeah, the player that was involved, we do share this story from time to time, was Lee Budgin. He played Fallon Sherrick in the final match of the group, and if he won it, he would have won the group. He lost it and finished bottom.
How bizarre. How bizarre.
140.
Well, that's just a great indication of leg difference, isn't it? And
yeah. And
how
this group in
important.
particular, it's really important because, as you said earlier tonight, fewer matches mean that those
137.
things can come
Lorenzo
into play.
McGuire, 116.
They're more likely to come into play. Couldn't find a way past that.
56.
And now Barstow will get a go.
70.
Treble 10 for tops.
So double 10 then.
Game shot on the
Okay,
second
go your
leg.
own way.
Charles Barstow.
If it works, it works.
Third leg chance to throw
Fleetwood Mac
first.
darts
Game
by
on.
Chaz Barstow. He'll come for cover here.
134.
He's winning by a landslide tonight.
$135.
Moves across the hockey and finds another treble 20.
36.
Well, Lorenzo Prong looks a little bit deflated now.
Fatigued.
Yeah.
100.
Chaz Barstow looks as bright as anything. Might even get a smile from Paul Hinks in
60.
a second.
Chaz 127.
And Bull. Ah,
87.
boo.
Well, he played the sensible shot, really. Lorenzo way back on 270.
100. Chaz 40.
Dubs leaves himself 170, but I doubt he gets the chance.
Getting shot
And
on
he
the third leg,
doesn't.
Chaz Barstow.
Takes it with his second dart and races ahead to a 3-0
Fourth leg,
lead.
Lorenzo to through first. Game on.
Well, it could be a fabulous end to the evening for Chaz Barstow.
180.
He won 4-1 against Johan Geldenhuys. 4-0 in his last match
59.
against Rob Collins. And he might be about to win 4-0 again, unless Lorenzo Prong from nowhere stops him in the most sensational style.
57. Lorenzo 141.
So it's not to be.
44.
With a smile on his face there, but it's a good effort.
Oh, where did it come from? Here comes Chaz.
140. Lorenzo 97.
Takes
Game
it.
shot on the fourth leg, Lorenzo Prong.
Great shot there from Lorenzo.
Fifth leg, chance to throw
Get
first.
a leg on
Game
the board. Superb leg there from him.
57. $96.
That's Chaz's second 180 of the match.
134.
2 apiece.
$125. 51. Chazakar 139.
So the shot not on this time. Just leave it
59.
handy. We will be back for that 80.
50.
He'll be
Chazakar
back
80.
for a third win of the night. He started with defeat tonight, Chaz Barstow, but since then he's been absolutely superb. He was good enough in that game, to be fair. Gurney just got the better of him.
60.
He would go on
Lorenzo
to win
Lucar,
every game.
170.
Will Chaz Barstow go on to win every other game? It does look like being the case. Pronk can't
31.
threaten the
Chazakar
170
20.
finish, and Barstow's back for double 10. And double 5. Fails to find either.
16. Lorenzo Lucar 139. $59. Chazukar 4.
So to finally wrap it up, shuffling across, can't find a way in. Is he going to throw
No
it
score.
away?
Lorenzo Lucar 80.
Well, a chance here, a real chance. Double 10. He can't
70.
find it.
Chazuka 4.
Surely now. Well, it's not the
Game shown
spectacular
the match,
stuff
Chaz
that you had in the
Barstow.
game before, but it's a win for Chaz Barstow that takes his tally to 3 for the night. 6 points on the board for him, and he is sitting in a very healthy second position after some good displays this evening. As for Lorenzo Prong, well, it's just the one victory for him this evening out of 4, a 4-1 defeat to close the curtain on tonight's live action. But the man of the night has been Lewis Gurnie, who's won all 4 of his matches in Group B. And do stay with us, because we're going to hear from him after the break.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000.
The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor?
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McGuire.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Luke Littler!
So the action has ended in the opening night of Group B, and Lewis Gurnie has gone through the card, winning all of his 4 fixtures tonight. And maybe the most important one was that game against Chaz Barstow, his second of the evening. Barstow played some brilliant stuff for the rest of the night, winning 3 games himself. Rob Collins couldn't get off the mark this evening, so it's a pretty uniform looking Group B table with Gurnie on 8 points at the top, then 6 for Barstow, 4 for Geldenhuys, 2 for Prong, and no points for Rob Collins. And delighted to say that Lewis Gurnie has joined myself and Trina for a chat in the studio. First of all, well done, congratulations.
Chris.
We said at the start of the night it's been a couple of years, but it's like you've never been away.
Yeah, I felt good. First game was a scrappy one, got through that. Couple of good ones, and then just got over the line in the last one. Yeah, happy with that, really happy.
Yeah, we mentioned it in comms, and I just mentioned it again then, that game he had against Chaz Barstow, that 1-2-6 checkout might be the moment of the night. Yeah,
that's a very good game, and like you say, against Chaz, who brought his game on as he went through the evening, and it turned out to be a really important game for you.
Did it feel like that at the time when you took out that 1-2-6?
Yeah, I just thought, I hit the treble night, and I thought, this would be nice to just caught the ball. Yeah, no, that was the best game of the night for me by a long chalk. Yeah, both enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you look back as well at the evening, Chaz Barstow's played some brilliant stuff, so it looks almost an even better win now, doesn't it, having seen what he's done?
105, I think, next game I was thinking, just lucky I got that one in. No, both played well tonight, so yeah, it's looking good going into tomorrow.
How did you feel overall this evening?
A bit up and down, but I'm always like that. I just got to find that middle game and I'll be all right. But yeah, felt confident through the night, so yeah, looking forward to tomorrow.
I thought you played solid all the way through. You started off, like you say, not so well, but you got the win, and you just went from strength to strength, I feel.
Do you feel, Trina, the performance was a little bit like that we saw this afternoon from Jared Cole, where he just looked comfortable?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's a good example, and it's very, very similar.
Look, we spoke about your preparation away in Spain when you got the phone call, a bit of relaxation. Do you think that's maybe helped, that you haven't had a long time to think and build up to this?
I think so. Yeah, even my first game, I felt comfortable. It weren't the best game, but I felt comfortable on that stage like I did 2 years ago, and it's just sort of a couple of games after that, just felt good still. So yeah, looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, and probably just one win away from qualification. I know you're going to take each game as it comes, but what would it mean to you to get back on the stage on Saturday night?
It'd be great. I felt I got into it like 2 years ago, worked my way through the week, and I played well. I'm lucky not to get to the semi-finals on finals night, so hopefully I can go a couple better this time.
Yeah, been enjoyable to watch as well. We've been talking about the throw, the pace of throw in particular as well. Makes great viewing, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It keeps everything flowing, and you get quick games and exciting games along with it. And it's when you've got the pace there, it does tend to make the games more exciting.
Yeah, there's that 1-2-6 checkout we spoke about.
So me and Chaz had a cracker there. Having a laugh in the practice room after, but that's right in the middle, wasn't it?
It was right in the middle, yes.
Has the pace of the other players in this group helped you? Because it seems to have been a group where everyone just gets on with it.
Just get on with it. That's the way. That's the best way to play the game, isn't it? Yeah, it's really suited me. So yeah, looking forward to tomorrow.
We'll chat a bit more in depth with you in a moment. I just want to touch on some of the other players in the group, Trina. Let's start with Chaz Barstow, that brilliant 105 average, 6 minutes and change to beat Rob Collins. And he played pretty well against Lewis as well, so he's got a lot to be proud of and pleased with.
He has, yeah. He's had a great night, and it took him a little bit longer to get going, but once he did, there was no stopping him. And at one point in that 105 average, he was actually averaging 120 something. So he was all guns a blazing.
Yeah, and he's one of those players, we said at the start of the night, when he's on, and again, looked like he'd been playing here all week.
Yeah, he looked so comfortable, really comfortable, and tomorrow's going to be an interesting day.
Yeah, and he was averaging almost 100 for the night as well.
Yeah.
So, as we said to Lewis before, that win looks even better.
Yeah, absolutely, and tomorrow's going to be a very interesting day.
Absolutely.
Right, you mentioned a word in comms a few times tonight, fatigue. I don't know if that's because your bed was calling you, but
that as well.
Did we see that from Johan Geldenhuys and Lorenzo Prong this evening, having played here all week for the first time?
I think we did, and it's late at night, and they've been playing all week, like you said, and they've got a time change now as they're playing in the evening rather than the morning, so that can affect you. And it's a long day, and a long evening. So Yeah, I think it affects all players.
They've just got to get there, though, haven't they? And they both had moments. Geldenhuys in particular, he got a couple of wins, a few decent checkouts as well. He has been a player that's been enjoyable to watch this week, and he would certainly bring something to Saturday night. Yeah,
absolutely. And he's had a good week, really. He hasn't played his best games tonight, but his week play has been really good.
Yeah, he had the highest average in Group A, so well deserves to be in the mix for Saturday. Lorenzo probably though didn't really manage to match the kind of levels that he produced in Group A at any point tonight.
No, he was. He just couldn't find it, could he? At times, he was. One minute he was hitting things, and the next minute he just couldn't find anything. So he's been very hit and miss tonight.
Yeah, and speaking of hit and miss, Rob Collins, a difficult evening, but every time he seemed to find something, his opponent seemed to find something more, didn't they? Yeah, when he raised his game, the other player raised theirs, and he just couldn't manage to get the win tonight. But he'll be looking forward to tomorrow, and there's nothing he can do about today now, and it's all about tomorrow and see where he ends up. Yep, certainly is. Well, we've seen all 12 players in action now this week. Only 6 will be left standing on Saturday, and we already know that Christian Perez will be one of those finalists. Those groups now in order of the league table. So Lewis top of Group B, of course, Chaz in second, and currently occupying the third provisional place is Johan Geldenhuys. That will get back underway at 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Jared Cole and Peter Jakes currently occupying the top 2 spots in Group C, but it's a lot closer than that, isn't it? Cole lost one match today. He could have potentially been pretty much home and dry, but for those mismatched starts against John Henderson. Yeah, and that's all it was. But he's had a solid day as well, and speaking to him earlier, he's happy with that, and he'll just move on till tomorrow and try and continue the form that he played today. Do you think he'll see it through? I think he will. I think he's had a good day today. His confidence will be high, and I think he's got a good chance. You're nodding as well. He's a good friend of yours, isn't he, Jared?
Yeah. I think he's confident after today. He's a couple of good wins today. He'll be all right, Jared.
Yeah, 9 darter earlier in the week as well.
Yeah, he did.
Another one.
Glad I'm not sharing the room in this week, because I wouldn't get the bed otherwise.
Yeah, well, he would deserve it, but look, you could both be there on Saturday. It'd be nice to share the stage together, right?
Absolutely. Hopefully, that's the plan. Yeah, hopefully Jared does his job and I do mine. Yeah.
And you did make that weekly final last time you were here, as mentioned. Look, we're going to show you now the Roll of Honour here at the Modus Super Series as Champions Week is approaching. Conan White had the first ever winner. Raymond Smith from Australia. Luke Little are winning it back to back. Nobody else has managed to win multiple series yet. Jim McEwen, Scott Taylor, Andreas Harris on that memorable Series 7 Champions Night. Marvin van Velzen, who now has a tour card, and Darius Labanauskas. Look, if you were to win on Saturday, Lewis, you'd be straight back for Champions Week. And what an opportunity to add your name to that illustrious list.
Absolutely. I mean, I had to persuade work. Let them, hopefully they give me the week off. But just the goals to get to Saturday and then see what happens from there.
Yeah, we've been speaking about it. It's a great Roll of Honour. It's also a great lineup for Champions Week already. One space left remaining. Are you sticking with Mervyn King as maybe the most likely winner? Well, if you go on his past record and where he's just come from, with dropping out of the PDC, and I think he's probably the strongest player that's likely to do the business. But there's a great field there, and anything can happen. Yeah, certainly. It is just around the corner at Champions Week. Are you an avid watcher of the Super Series? Do you follow it?
I've got to be honest, and I watch a bit, but not as much as I probably should. Yeah, it's I work during the day and whatever, but I watch a bit, but probably should watch a bit more.
Well, look, you're live on Pluto TV now. It's a chance for the viewers to get to know you. Tell us what you do away from darts.
I work in a bar, behind the bar and do cleaning each day. Yeah, it's good. It works around with darts sort of thing. They're good about it. The Empire Club in Lancing, so that's sort of about it. I used to be a chef for 4 years, but with the hours I couldn't carry on that. But it's good.
Well, look, Empire Club in Lancing. Watch Pluto TV on Saturday night, and if this man manages to win it, you've got to let him off work next week. That's only fair, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Well, you have given him a, a good advertisement there, haven't you? So, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, just in summary, he's in a very good position to make it through. 10-time world champion's allowed to give advice. What advice would you give him about approaching tomorrow?
Just keep doing what he's doing. It's worked well for him today. There's no reason why he should change it. And, given the opportunities, I'm sure that's what he'll do.
Is that the plan?
That's the plan, game by game. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But hopefully it will.
Trainer, who are you expecting to see join Christian Perez on Saturday night?
Well,
we can say Lewis because he's sat next to us, but he's in a good position.
Lewis, Jared, they're obviously the favourites at the moment. Jazz, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
To see how it all ends up tomorrow.
Yeah, that Group C in particular is going to be really interesting. John Henderson's just kept himself in with a chance, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's kept himself on the edge. So he needs a good day tomorrow.
Well, look, thanks for joining us for a double session today. We'll see you again tomorrow. Lewis, we'll see you tomorrow evening. Well done today, and hopefully on Saturday night. And we hope to see you as well. Plenty more stuff coming up, though, here on the Modus Super Series Darts channel on Pluto TV. Coming up next, we're going to relive the Series 10 finals night of the very first week of this series to see who the first player through to Champions Week was. Just before the live show tomorrow afternoon, a Tungsten Talk looking back on the career of Tom Sykes, twice a Champions Night finalist. Then Group C gets back underway. Keegan Brown, John Henderson and Ryan Brandley in action from 1 p.m. on Good Friday. 10 p.m. for Group B, and finals night 7:30 on Saturday to see who completes the Champions Week lineup. But in this group, it was a great day for Lewis Gurnie, who is, well, a step away. We'll see you tomorrow.
What a finish! What a man!
The drum roll finishes, and the target is...
And that was it! And it comes on finals night, and it's a knockout.
Dirty Harrison! Van Velzen!
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Levanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000.
The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen! And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen! And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison! And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor.
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McGuire.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Lidlow!